everybody. The Brahma Bullpen is back. You know what that means, don't you? That means we will have San Antonio Brahma football in 2024. The most important part of that is we will have San Antonio football in the Alamo Dome in 2024. We're just going to cut to the chase. We've been missing. We've been on hiatus. We haven't been making any videos, but the season was over. We were getting through the summer in college football. And then there was so much going on with the league, with the XFL USFL merger. There were so many rumors and news that couldn't be confirmed. He said, she said, I heard this, I heard that. We just weren't putting out a lot of content because we didn't want to be those guys that came out here, made promises that we couldn't keep, or reported things that weren't actually true. So right now, today is the 1st of December. It's actually December 3rd. We still don't have an official announcement from the USFL or from the XFL, but there has been enough official news to where we could talk about it a little bit. Real quick, producer, it's me and producer today. Producer, if you could throw up the James Larson tweet, I'm going to take out the old Josh phone here. I'm stealing the Josh phone line from a popular podcast guy named Josh Pate. He calls it the iJosh. I can't call it the iJosh. That would be like copyright infringement. So I'm just going to call it the Josh phone. But I'll pull up the Josh phone here. Got this tweet from James Larson from the 30th, where it talks about the merger was approved. There was a morning event in San Antonio to launch the Lonestar Club for the Brahmas. Yours truly was there tweeting from the event. We go by SA Brahma Bullpen on X. Everybody still says tweet, but we'll call it X posting. So we were posting on X live from the event. Me and producer were both down there. Follow us on X, man. SA Brahma Bullpen, at SA Brahma Bullpen. And then, of course, we are here on YouTube. So give us a like, give us a follow, share us with your fans. We appreciate it. Just a fan podcast talking about things that we know are true here in San Antonio with the, focus on the San Antonio Brahmas. We might talk about some other sports later. We'll see. But anyways, we were down at the event. No official news was released on the league, but there were rumors and murmurings and people saying this and people saying that. Without quoting any names, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, there was definitely league officials there. There was team officials there, and the whole goal of this event were to sell tickets to a suite. The premium seating that we saw St. Louis and DC already release and sell. Doing the same thing here in the Alamo Dome. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together. Premium seats, all you can eat food, access to a private bar. They wouldn't be doing this work, selling these tickets and taking money from us if there wasn't something happening in the dome. That's why I felt it was applicable to go ahead and do this podcast now. We will be having football in the dome. Now, what we don't know is what the league's going to look like. Is it going to be an XFL? Is it going to be a USFL? We do know that the merger has been confirmed, so they are forming one league. What we don't know is number of teams. Sources are out there saying, I've heard 8, 10, 12. People on X are talking about if it's not at least 16, it's going to be a failed league and no one's going to watch anymore. Look, I feel bad for any city that lost their team. Okay, we're from San Antonio. We deserve professional football here. We've been wanting it for years, pushing it for a year. I'm only doing this podcast because I want, if one person watched this podcast and agrees that San Antonio deserves a football team and that people down here would support it, then that's all that matters to me. If one person goes to one football game because of this podcast, I'm happy. We don't know what's going to happen. What we do know is there's going to be football in the dome. The rumors are out there about a combined league called the United Football League, UFL. Everybody, for some reason, wants it to be just 3 letters instead of 4 letters. I don't know. 4-letter words are my favorite words, but anyways, it's a different kind of word we don't talk about on YouTube. But UFL is a rumor. 8 teams is the rumor. San Antonio, in every rumor, is slated to stay. So I feel bad for those that are not going to make it, but we got to keep football here in San Antonio, and hopefully the other teams can catch up later. I don't know what else to say about that. I would love 16 teams. I think everybody would, but if they're going to cut costs, some people might not like to hear this, but cut the cost somewhere else. I want the team here in San Antonio. We got the dome, we got the crowd. We were like number 2 or 3 in attendance, I want to say, for the XFL. I believe St. Louis and DC were ahead of us here in San Antonio. With year 2 coming up, I'm challenging all the fans. We need to get to that 25, 30,000 people per game, per season range in attendance. And I think we'll get there. But back onto the focus of this, what we're going to do now is we were at the event, like I said, for the Lonestar Club. But the Brahma Bullpen has 6 tickets to the Lonestar Club up there in that 100-person luxury suite with the free food. And who knows, man, maybe when the season gets here, we'll give a couple of our loyal listeners a game access up to that suite, give them a couple of tickets to sit up there with me and producer and have some food and some drinks and enjoy. Who knows, right? We got a couple extra tickets for giveaways and things like that. So like, share, subscribe. We'll probably be doing something to give those tickets away. But without further ado, let's listen to the man himself, Coach Hines Ward, talk about the event, the Lonestar sales event, and little tidbits. Listen for the little tidbits about the season next year. Go ahead and roll it, producer.
How you doing, Hines?
How you doing there?
We're doing
you
well.
guys can hear me? We good?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but there's a nice crowd here.
I love it.
Yeah. So
I see you guys. Well, first off, I just want to say what's up, Brahma Nation, and happy holidays to everyone in San Antonio. I do apologize that I'm unable to be down there, but my little one wants to put up the Christmas tree. So everyone stayed over for Thanksgiving, and we're putting up the tree. There's glitter everywhere. So here to enjoy the festivities. But I will say, just seeing you guys out there on the field just bring the excitement for me and, of course, San Antonio Brahmas staff. I can't wait for spring football to get around. So I will tell you, we're a field goal away from making the playoffs last year. Something for me that I'm preaching to our players. In every game, we were very competitive. Even though our record may not say that it was a successful season, I thought it was a great year 1 for us to kick off spring football in San Antonio, to bring football back to the great city of San Antonio. And we couldn't have done it without you guys. So it's good to see you guys on the football field. And I just want to thank everyone for coming out. The Lonestar Club is a great opportunity for us to put more butts in the seats by offering this premium season ticket member deal. You guys were absolutely amazing last year, and I can tell you our players, they fed off the energy when the Alamo Dome was rocking, so we definitely going to need that again for sure this upcoming season. John and his ticket sales team are the best in the XFL. They listen to you guys, and now you have another premium option to get your grub on and get your drink on and have it at a good price while you're cheering on the Brahmas as we play. I really want to take advantage, even though we're not in market, the 5 opportunities we get down to get opportunity to play at the Alamo Dome. I really want it to be all inclusive. This is your team, this is our team, and I want the Alamo Dome to be rocking like no other. Yes, St. Louis, they have their little caca, or whatever they say up there, but I still believe the city of San Antonio Brahmas, we have the best fans in all of XFL. So spread the word, tell your friends, your coworkers, your family, because I want to pack the house. I want to pack it in 2024. I know there's a lot of question about our league that are being sorted out by our ownership and group and senior leadership. But my job right now is to put a great team of players and coaches that the city of San Antonio can be proud of. So I'm working my butt off to do that. Super excited. We just finished up our playbook. Of course, you know, for me, being an offensive player, I want to put up at least 30 points a game. So I'm really, you know, hard on the coaches, man, making sure that we put a great product on the football field. So that's what I've been doing this offseason. But like I said, you know, it's really up to you guys. I really want to put a great product on the field for the Brahmas fans, for the city of San Antonio. I want to thank you guys again for coming out. I know the weather's kind of a little dreary down there, as well it is. I'm in Houston right now. My wife is from Houston, but I couldn't be prouder of what we accomplished last year, being a field goal away from making it to the playoffs. So my expectation still hasn't changed. I want to bring a championship back to the city of San Antonio, and looking forward to seeing all you guys each and every weekend when we have our home games down there this upcoming spring. So I throw it back to our Brahmas team at the Alamo Dome. Let's try to get this Lonestar Club sold out today. Thank you, guys. Happy holidays to you.
Thanks, Hines.
There you have it. Heard it from the man himself. A couple of things I heard that stands out in my mind. Number one, he said he got the playbook ready, and I hope it's a better playbook than last year. Our offense wasn't that great. The other thing that stood out to me, he wants to score 30 points a game. So do we, coach. So do we. We want to see 30 points a game as well. But, he's working. He's putting in work. He's talking about football in the spring. He acknowledged the merger. He said he doesn't know what the league's going to look like. Didn't release anything there. So that's awesome. Everything he said is great. Coach Ward, I think I love him. I think he's going to be a great coach. He's going on a second season here with the Brahmas. He's pro San Antonio. He's pro Brahmas. I think he's going to do a wonderful job. If we can get a good O-line and the right quarterback, of course, every team could say that. But really, that's where we were hurting last year. Our O-line was weak, and those are the guys that are hardest to find. Everybody knows that those big mollies down in the trenches are sometimes difficult to run across, and any of them that are really good are probably up in the NFL or at least on practice squads already. One thing about contraction, there's 16 teams dropping to 8. That gives you a greater percentage of getting a high-quality lineman, better skill players, wide receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, all that kind of stuff. So it's just a different aspect to think about. You don't want anybody losing their jobs or any of the team staff, the people that work at the stadiums, the people that sells tickets. You don't want them losing their jobs. But one positive spin we could put on it is, there's going to be more talent. 16 teams worth of talent whittled down to 8. So every team should have significant improvement over what they had last year. You can see Coach Ward's a human being. He probably wasn't in San Antonio because his wife made him stay home and do holiday stuff. Rip to your weekend away there, Coach Ward, but doing what family men got to do. Keep it up. We're proud of you for that. So we're looking forward to spring football. We're looking forward to putting out more information as it drops on the league. Right now, like we mentioned earlier, the merger was approved by the federal government. We're waiting for them to tell us over the next couple of weeks what it's going to look like. And once we get some information, we'll jump on here and share it with you. Last thing we're going to cover, with the league changing, going from XFL to a combined merger, the podcast here is probably going to change a little bit. It's not just a league considering merging. The Brahma Bullpen here is considering a merger right now with a USFL affiliated podcast group. This podcast group has a league-wide podcast, and then they do team-specific podcasts. So if the merger goes through, we might go ahead and pull the trigger on our own merger and jump in with this USFL podcast league, USFL podcast group to cover the league. So keep your eyes open for that. And the format of this podcast will change. And lastly, if you're still here and you watch this whole episode with me, just hanging out, talking Brahmas a little bit, getting ready for the season, you might tell that my setup here is a little awkward. But two things. I'm building a new house, and so my former man cave has been sold, and someone else is enjoying that glorious spot we used to broadcast from. I'm building a new house with a bigger, better man cave. Going to have a dedicated spot there for podcasting. It's going to be awesome when we get set up. Right now, I am literally podcasting from a cattle field. Okay, there's literally a cow looking at me right now, and I'm not even joking. One of these days, I'll turn the camera around so you guys can see it. But I got a little container set up, got my little podcast area, a little place to hide from the old lady. Hines Ward, take notes. Get you a container in a cow field. Your wife won't come out here. She don't want to be out here in the cow field, so you can do whatever you want when you're out here. We can talk football all we want. So we got a little makeshift setup here, going to get us through the year. I hope it's not too hard to watch on TV. And that's pretty much why I look like I'm broadcasting from a container, because I am. But true to San Antonio Brahma style, there are cows within like 20 feet of me right now. So that's awesome. Anyways, that's it. That's this episode of the Brahma Bullpen. We're looking for 2024. We're looking for a new broadcast setup. We're looking for new broadcast partners. Keep your eyes open for that. And as soon as relevant information drops, we'll be here to talk about it. As always, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget, baby, horns forward. We're going to win a championship in this new combined league. You heard it from Hines Ward a second ago. That's what he's here to do, and that's what we want as fans. Let's go, baby, horns forward.